Hello and welcome to Housing TV News at the top of the hour, coming to you from our studios in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Ajibola Ojelade. Our top stories. Federal government warns of possible flooding in 11 states. Federal government realigns Teachers Registration Council. NDA embraces AI, robotic to equip cadets to combat cyber threats on conventional warfare. And on the foreign scene, Rubio meets Netanyahu to discuss fallout from Israel's Qatar strike. And now the news in detail. The federal government has announced a major realignment of the Teachers Registration Council of Nigeria and the nation's Teachers Institutes. According to the Minister of Education, Dr. Maruf Alausa, the reform is part of the government's efforts to strengthen the teaching profession and improve learning outcomes for every Nigerian child. Under the new framework, the National Teachers Institute will focus in service training and continuous professional development, while the Teachers Registration Council will concentrate on regulating the profession and licensing qualified teachers nationwide. The federal government has also introduced the welfare terms and operational guidelines covering teachers' licensing, professional development, monitoring and compliance, curriculum, and professional standards. The Education Minister has therefore described the reform as a big day for the Nigerian child, saying it is to reflect President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda for education and assure that the ministry will monitor implementation closely while working with states and stakeholders to sustain progress in teachers' quality and learning outcomes. The governor of Benue State, Reverend Father Isent Alia, has approved the appointment into key offices and statutory board in the state. In a statement by his Chief Press Secretary, Tasu Kula, the governor named Linda Ene Agada as special advisor on MSEMS and microfinance. Honorable James Thor is new special advisor on politics, mobilization, and special duties. Dr. Shadrach Ukuma becomes Director General of Arts, Culture and Tourism, while Tivlumun Bulia has been appointed Personal Assistant on House of Assembly matters. At the Pension Commission, Mbawa Nicholas will serve as chairman alongside 7 other board members, including the Commissioner for Finance, the Head of Service, and the DG of the State Planning Commission. For the Benue Investment and Property Company, Chief Elizabeth Shulwa has been appointed chairman. She will work with 5 other members, including the Commissioner for Trade and Justice. The governor also named new members to the board of Benue Internal Revenue Service. Governor Alia urged all appointees to see their roles as a call to service and to bring professionalism and commitment to their duties. The father said the appointment reflects his administration's resolve to strengthen governance and deliver sustainable development across Benue State. The Nigerian Defense Academy (NDA) says it is leveraging innovation, artificial intelligence, robotic, and biotechnology to better equip military officers for emerging security challenges, including cyber threats, counterterrorism, and unconventional warfare confronting the country and beyond. The commandant of the Academy, Major General Abdul Khalifa Ibrahim, disclosed this at the 23rd Convocation Lecture held as part of activities marking the graduation of cadets of the 72nd regular course in Kaduna. He reaffirmed the Academy's commitment to providing intensive academic and professional training that prepares officers for national defense and evolving global security threats.
Today, cadets are equipped with the foundational depth to engage emerging security challenges, including cyber threats and unconventional warfare, while embracing technologies associated with the 4th Industrial Revolution, such as artificial intelligence, robotics, and biotechnology, backed by simulation training. These capabilities are harnessed in support of military operations, counterterrorism strategies, and national security imperatives.
Also addressing the cadets, the Director General of the Securities and Exchange Commission, Dr. Motimi Agama, delivered a lecture on the pathway to economic prosperity for public servants in a deregulated economy. He described President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's tax reforms as a bold and transformative with the potential to stabilize the economic and strengthen resilience for long-term growth. Agama urged the graduating officers to embrace financial literacy and explore opportunities in the capital markets as a means of securing their future beyond military service.
The International Monetary Fund's latest Article 4 consultation report applauded Nigerian authorities for adopting bold and politically difficult measures that have significantly improved economic resilience and have contributed to greater macroeconomic stability. Rising international reserves, improved access to foreign exchange, and through official channels, re-entry into global capital markets, and credit rating upgrades. That the financial strength of every officer is critical to the ability of that officer to defend the nation well, either while in service or out of service.
This training paradigm has evolved to respond to the complexities of contemporary warfare and the demands of the 21st century, encompassing physical fitness, weapons handling, navigation, and tactical maneuvers, amongst others, designed to prepare cadets as warriors for national defense.
The Academy emphasized that the graduation of the 72nd regular course, it is confident that the new officers are equipped not only for the battlefield but also for the leadership role in a rapidly changing global environment. The Nigerian Air Force says it will continue to strengthen human capacity and invest in innovative solutions to enhance aircraft maintenance, improve operational readiness, and transform the service into a resilient force. The Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Hassan Abubakar, stated this at the graduation of 302 airmen and airwomen as military technicians, describing it as a milestone in building the technical manpower required for Nigeria's quest for self-reliance in defense. He charged the graduates to uphold the core values of integrity and excellence while ensuring that Nigeria's air asset remains combat-ready at all times.
The arrival of new generation aircraft with highly sophisticated systems demands nothing less than the best from our technicians and engineers. You are now the custodians of these platforms, entrusted with their safety, airworthiness, and mission readiness. The service looks to you to apply your skills with precision, innovation, and dedication, ensuring that our assets remain combat ready at all times. There is no gainsaying that the future of Nigerian Air Force lies in your hands. The knowledge you have acquired here is a strong foundation, but it is your discipline, continuous learning, and initiative that will determine how far you carry the torch of mission accomplishment. Always remember our core values of integrity, service before self, and excellence in all that we do.
Also, the Commandant of the Air Force Institute of Technology, Air Vice Marshal Sonny Bello, noted that the newly trained technicians will play a critical role in strengthening the Nigerian Air Force. He therefore stressed that their expertise will not only shape the future of the Nigerian Air Force, but also to impact national defense.
Of transforming the Nigerian Air Force into an agile and resilient force that effectively meets the air power demands of national security in all operational environments by focusing on the philosophy's key enabler of deliberate training and mission-oriented force development. Today, we are graduating a total of 302 personnel comprising 69 officers and 233 airmen, airwomen who have completed various programs. With the high exchange rate, APIT has succeeded in preventing capital flight by domesticating critical training of our personnel here in Nigeria, where foreign currencies will not be a barrier.
And on technological reforms, participants at the just concluded two-day training on artificial intelligence for journalism in MENA have urged professionals to see AI tools as a blessing in disguise rather than a coming to take over their jobs. They also advise journalists not to solely depend on AI tools, but also use them ethically to enhance newsroom activities. The two-day AI for Journalism training organized by the Media Mentors Network brought together 37 participants comprising journalists and other individuals from different fields and academia. The participants will be exposed to practical sessions on several AI tools has this to say.
AI is not just a tool to garbage in and garbage out, but a tool to enable you to have effective means of getting your job done fast. And it helps you to reduce too much of thinking. Now mental health is at stake.
Fine I would say for lazy people. AI is good for them, but you need to be more active. And the way I see it, AI has come to stay because it has made things so easy and efficient in all aspects of life, not even in journalism.
There are some apps that you can just put in your recording and it will transcribe it for you. So it's left for you now to sit down and rewrite what AI has transcribed for you, and also push it back for AI to do editing for you and make work effective and easy.
Trend. It has come to stay. It's not going anywhere. So if you refuse to embrace it, you live in your yesterday and you perish with yesterday. If you embrace it, you work smarter, you get better and become a better and be relevant in the society.
The coordinator, Media Mentor Network, Niger State, Justina Asishana, says journalists should not solely rely on AI tools, but also see it as a collaborative development.
In enhancing the work of journalists, especially in-depth reporting, in research, AI cannot replace journalists, because in whatever you do, you still need the human aspects the human aspect that will be able to give prompting to make AI work better.
When you use AI tools, that will make you to have time to take care of other things. When you don't have to crack your brain in thinking of, how am I going to go about this story that I'm writing on? AI can do it for you in less than 2 minutes. So you see, you use the remaining time to look for other reports that you are working on.
We take a pause now, and up next are news stories from the build sector. Stay with us.
Visit Housing TV Africa on YouTube and click on the subscribe button. Subscribe to Housing TV Africa to stay updated on latest happenings in Nigeria's housing sector. Follow our social media pages, like and share our posts. On Facebook, Housing TV Africa. On Twitter, Housing TV Africa. Instagram, Housing TV Africa.
Welcome back. Glad to have you join us on our Housing TV news at the top of the hour. Now to the build sector. On flooding, following forecast of heavy rainfall in 32 locations across 11 states in Nigeria, the federal government has issued a fresh alert warning that several parts of the country may experience flooding this week. The alert was released by the National Flood Early Warning Center under the Federal Ministry of Environment and signed by the Director of the Erosion, Flood and Coastal Zone Management Department, Usman Abdullahi Bukani. According to the notice, the states at risk include Adamawa, Benue, Nasarawa, and Taraba. Others are Delta, Niger, Kebbi, Kano, Katsina, Sokoto, and Zamfara. Residents living in these listed areas have been strongly advised to evacuate immediately to prevent loss of lives and property. The federal government also called on the state government, relevant agencies, and emergency responders to take urgent steps in preparing relief measures to provide support to vulnerable communities to cushion the impact of the potential flooding. The Nigerian President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has officially flagged off the construction of flyover at Burukum roundabout in Makurdi, a major component of the second phase of the Makurdi-Ninth Mile dualization project, describing it as a gift to the people of the Benue State. Flagging off the project on behalf of the President Tinubu, Governor Yasin Salia described the flyover of dualization works that will transform transportation, agriculture, and trade across the state and beyond. He expressed deep gratitude to President Tinubu for what he described as one of the many gifts to the Benue State within 2 years, noting that his administration has also completed federal efforts by rehabilitating sector of the Boko-Makurdi road using state resources. According to the minister, the project spanning about 260 kilometers to 520 kilometers in dual carriage terms is one of the largest legacy projects under the current administration, with an estimated cost of $950 million funded by China Exim Bank.
We are indebted to His Excellency the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for this great gift he's given us. For the records, this is one amongst the many gifts he's given Benue since just 2 years ago. The road infrastructure we embarked upon in the state is quite humongous. So when it is added to this, we know that the president's efforts are never wasted.
This flyover was never in the budget, but it's a gift of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to Governor Hyacinth. Benue people have every cause to be grateful to God Almighty and for the love the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has demonstrated for the people of Benue State, and also by extension the people of Southeast. This project alone is going to be a catalyst for the economic, revolution in both Benue State, Enugu State, and the entire region.
Speaking earlier, the project manager of China Harbour Construction Company, Mr. Wang, disclosed this with the support from the minister, the guidance from the consultant, and the cooperation of the governor on compensation and land acquisition, which will execute all sections simultaneously for efficiency.
We have been working on this project for a while, and we are lucky. We have the support from the minister. We have the guidance from the minister, and also we have the support from the governor for the land acquisition and the relocation. And with all this support, I want to give assurance that this flyover is very important. It's a big day. We flag off this project, and we promise that we will do it fast and with high quality.
The flyover is expected to significantly ease traffic congestion in Makurdi, while broader Makurdi to 9th Mile dualization project is projected to boost regional connectivity, stimulate commerce, and unlock agricultural potential in the nation's food basket and beyond. And on sports, Strasbourg striker Emmanuel Emega has signed a pre-agreement with Chelsea at the end of last week, where it had been a battle for the French club to keep hold of the 22-year-old since spring. Talks began months ago to ward off interest from rival Premier League and Champions League clubs, with Emega's previous contracts expiring in 2028. He was given the Cape captain's armband going into Strasbourg's first season in Europe for 10 years. The decision was ultimately made to keep him in League One until 2026 to give him the time to polish his game further and push into the Netherlands World Cup squad next summer. And on the foreign scene, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio is meeting Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in Jerusalem, with the aftermath of Israel's strike in Qatar expected to be high on the agenda, following last week's strikes, which targeted senior Hamas leader on the close U.S. allied territory, drew international outrage and was criticized by President Donald Trump. The meeting came as Arab leaders held a summit and a show of support for Qatar. The Prime Minister urged the international community to stop applying double standards and also punish Israel. Netanyahu and Rubio's meeting comes ahead of a UN General Assembly session next week, at which some leading U.S. allies, including the UK, France, Canada, Australia, and Belgium, are expected to recognize the state of Palestine. This expected recognition has intensified debate within Israel around the future of the West Bank, with more hardline elements of the government insisting annexation is the only way to prevent a Palestinian state. And that's the much we can take on the Housing TV news at the top of the hour. Before we go, a quick recap of our top stories. Federal government warns of possible flooding in 11 states. Federal government realigns Teachers Registration Council. NDA embraces AI robotic to equip cadets to combat cyber threats, unconventional warfare. And on the foreign scene, Rubio meets Netanyahu to discuss fallout from Israel-Qatar strike. For more news in the housing sector, subscribe to Housing TV Africa on YouTube and follow Housing TV on all social media platforms. Download the Housing TV Africa mobile app on Google Play Store and Apple Store. I am Ajibala Ojelade. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.